in the main festivals from Spain. So it's really necessary to bring awareness and more women into the stages of Spain.
Do you think it's worse in Spain than it is in other parts of Europe?
I think this is a problem that is not only of music, but also it happens in cinema, in visual arts. Gender is a matter of the whole society and everywhere in the world. But it's true that some northern countries, or Canada, or Australia, and the USA, or the UK, they have more conscience about it. So in Spain, they don't have it, and they are afraid that the public festivals, they should, because if 50% of the society it's women, they should represent their art or what they have to say and tell. And also it's demonstrated by studies that women are the ones that go more to the festivals, and the fans are women. So they need to be represented when they go to the theater. Plays written by women, music written and sung by women, but it doesn't happen. But in Spain it's true that they say, oh, but then we are not going to earn money. But there are studies as well from Australia and other places that say that when you make that happen and you put more women into the files, it's demonstrated that you earn the same amount of money or even more. So some Latin countries, of course, is not so, they have not the same awareness that in other places, so little by little. And you know, now with reggaeton music that it's in whole Latin America, and it's very macho, not only on the attitude that they are men artists, and it's the new pop. The only way you can sound on a radio is if you do reggaeton. And also the lyrics are very, very macho, so it's like we are going backwards suddenly.
That's interesting. I think you brought one other chart for us. Yeah, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah,
this one, the award shows.
Yeah, this is not about the shows, but it's about the awards. And the green is the awards that women earn or achieve, and in music awards. And the gray is the men. So what happens that this works when you, for example, want to hire someone, you have heard of this person, you go to a meeting, you go to a dinner, and they are always men that are in the responsible positions. So they decide who is going, they program, they are the head of the most of the record labels. So then you always know artists that are men. So it has been demonstrated that if the nominations are anonymous, then more women are into the win the award. So that is a good solution, but still we cannot achieve it at the moment. But we are still there because it's not going to change in one day. It will take some years. But as Yes say, I hope that one day we don't have to be sitting here talking about this.
It would also be nice because, of course, in the classical music world, it's possible to have like anonymous award shows, so where you can actually hand in a score. In pop music, it's more difficult because most of the time pop music is already there. You know who the artists are, or you hear it because they're singing. So if anyone has a solution for award shows to be anonymous in some way in the pop music world, I think that would be really interesting. I can't think of anything right now, but that's a good question. So what do Señoritas on Fire do?
Okay, so I'm an artist myself and a songwriter, and I was living in London for 4 years. So when I arrived there, I found that it was really difficult. It's like a jungle, like cities like London and New York, to bring your music. And just because I have a Spanish guitar, you know, the cajon, that is the percussion, it was considered world music, while it was really pop and like mainstream music. So when I went to a venue, there were other bands playing that night, It's not only one band like in Spain. Like this band is playing tonight in this place. So one was doing punk, the other one was doing jazz, then me. So the audience just came in and saw that band and then left. So their friends and then leave. So I say, okay, I have to do something that when I go and play there, the potential public that comes to see me is also interested and the same to the other artists in the same way. So I say I have to do a Spanish night or something. So I began to look for female artists all around, living in London or in England, and that is how Señoritas on Fire was created. And then the thing began to expand. We came back to Spain, we began to do Señoritas on Fire shows also in Spain, and then Mexico and New York, and now it's more than 80 artists from everywhere in the world. With the internet is really easy. And what is good is that each night is a different show, and it's a unique experience because it's different artists each time. And it's it can be an artist that it's more like a troubadour, an artist that is doing jazz, another one that is doing gospel, flamenco, and all together, and one plays on the song of the other one, and the other one does chorus in the other, then they sing together. And it's something that people really like. And then you find out, in the meanwhile, they know each other, because sometimes they don't know each other until they arrive to the stage at that night. And then, oh, I have been admiring you for so many years, because there is more famous ones with sounds that are emerging, and also they begin to be friends, and they begin to then write songs together, and then do maybe a tour together. So it's amazing because it's just bringing visibility to them.
And is this like a way to say, okay, women, or female composers and artists should be creating their own networks, because the networks that already exist are usually male dominated? Is that how this works, you think?
Oh yes, that helps really, and it will be also very good that the networks from the different countries will know that the other networks from other countries exist, because usually like the projects are independent and doesn't know of the existence of the other projects, because the news, the newspaper, the politics, they don't bring awareness or visibility to all these projects and to all these artists. So we should build like an international network, and that will be amazing. Yeah,
Okay, so this is another way to tackle this problem, possibly. I'd like to talk to Sina